There's been, in our experience, dealing with practitioners on the island on this subject, people have said, well, there's a lot of activity going on, there's a lot of green development. And I thought I'd try the task of counting, actually what is going on. So I've got some numbers, and we'll see what you think of them, and I'm interested in your critique. Probably more work to do on these numbers, but since 2002, this gives you the annual average increase in the dollar value of building permits issued in these regional districts on the island. So you can see the annualized rate of growth has been in the 25% range. So total value in the base year 2002 was about $500 million. In 2007 it was up to 1.3 billion. So it gives you an idea of the increase in the activity that turns into projects that have been permitted for development and are underway. Over the past 2 years, the green value market share has been about 10%. So I'll explain later on the next slide how I came up with a description of what green value is. But again, this is by the regional district. And projects with green value, as you see in 06 and 07, were around 10%. So then the next thing I did is I went to the StatsBC website to look at their major projects report. And I can circulate these slides to you later if you want them. So has green value development moved from market niche to market share? So these are projects of 50 million or more in value proposed. And there's 40 projects in the list, and the value in billions is 10.4 billion. Build-out time is up to 20 years. Who knows how much of this gets built? But this is what the market says it might do. So 3 of these projects are light green, and I gave them a value of 133 million, so 1% of the total value. And 8 projects are deep green, so that's almost 6 billion, or 57% of what the market says it wants to build. So that's an enormous jump from where we were in 2006 and 2007 looking forward. Now, I don't know if the market's overconfident or has gone out of its mind, or this is reality. I think it's reality. You may have other views on it. So conventional, more conventional, or what we have been doing comes in at 42%. So I went to StatsBC major projects inventory. I had conversations with developers, and we did an interview process with a number of local governments on the island. So here's the projects that are in the green value category, and I've labeled them deep green or light green. So what did I do to get those numbers, or what did I do to get the designation? So a deep green project treats the landscape, it treats green infrastructure proposals, it has conservation qualities, it treats the site, and then of course it has design and building strategies that include green value implementation. Now these are projected numbers, time frames vary, but West Hills, many of you know about West Hills project. It came in at deep green in the way I use the numbers. Bamerton comes in at deep green. Lansville Foothills comes in at deep green. South Nanaimo's Lands comes in at deep green. And you'll see, the 2 billion, 500 million, 75 million, 1 billion. Raven Ridge, I'm not sure about this one, and some of you may say, take it off the list, so we can take it off the list. Channel Ridge, I'm not sure about that one. On Salt Spring, it was suggested it should be there. At best, it's light green. Weyerhaeuser and Euclid's a deep green concept, as is Wind and Sea Euclid, and Sage Hills. Now, what I haven't allowed for here is how do you weigh social capital quality, market capital quality, and environmental capital quality in these projects. So a question would be, if it's an exclusive resort development for high-end market, and it's not providing workforce housing or any affordable housing content, does it lose merit as a green value strategy? I haven't tried to factor that in. So you can take these numbers and adjust them if you think it's under or overestimating. But I don't think it's going to change the fact that the market says it wants to go this way on Vancouver Island, and it's prepared, if it can get the kind of review that satisfies communities, it's prepared to build a number of very large projects on this basis. So that's what I found in the numbers. The other thing that we did, and I can't report on because I couldn't find a way of condensing it, but we did interview a number of local governments. We asked them what kind of policy, procedure, statute, whatever, do they have on the books that's going to support implementation of green value. And of course, it was all over the map, the responses we got. The few things I took away from it were only 2 local governments thought complete communities and compact communities were worthy of being in their policy as a policy statement and supported by bylaw. Only 1 local government made any relation to their green value strategy and carbon footprint. There's clearly a long way to go about where local governments are, referring to the catalog of what green values are, and we still have to define a lot of this material. So I just wanted to give you that summary and give you an idea of the market's certainly saying where it wants to go.